Hey, you guys, thanks for listening in to this episode of Tips with Tea. On today, I have Miss Arisha with us. Hey, Miss Arisha, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm well, thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show. So, tell us more about yourself and what you do.
So, my name's Arisha. I am in the UK. I am a quarter life crisis and mindset coach. So, that basically means I support women with that missing piece, that thing that they just can't seem to click in their life. You know, when you go to school, go to college, go to uni, get a corporate job, and you still don't fit into your own life, there's something missing, there's something that's not right, there's something that doesn't fit. And I support women in finding that, finding their purpose, finding their passion, and really growing their confidence to go for that one thing.
Awesome. Awesome. So, I commend you on what you're doing. So, why do you feel
Thank
like
you.
it's so important for us to know our purpose?
I think it's super important because there's always going to be something missing. If you don't have your purpose, you are genuinely settling for in your life. And that's not what any of us are here for. That's not what any of us want out of our lives. We want to be able to achieve everything that we are meant to achieve, everything that we were put on this earth for, everything that our soul has been given to us for. And I genuinely believe that everybody does so much better when they know what their life is for, and they're so much happier producing whatever they need to produce in this world when it's from a place of purpose, when it's from a place of alignment. And I think that there are so many people out there that continue their lives and hoping and wishing and waiting for it to fall into their laps, their purpose, their drive. But that never happens. You have to work on your mindset. You have to work on you to achieve and to get to that place where you fully know who you are and can go all in on whatever it is that your dreams may be.
Awesome. Awesome. I really think that's very important, knowing your purpose. So, if we are not sure of our purpose, how can we build our purpose or how can we find that purpose?
So the first step would always be figuring out what makes you happy, because each of us are different, right? We all have that thing that just literally lights us up from the inside, that makes our day, that genuinely we want to do all day every day. And it's that thing that you need to go towards, right? So I'm one of those people that never knew what I wanted to do out in life. I went to business school, I went to performing arts school, I have 2 degrees, I have worked in multiple sectors. I genuinely had no idea what it was that I wanted to do with my life. And it wasn't until I sat down and figured out why I really like all of the things that I like, why I keep putting myself in these situations and I'm not really feeling like this is my place, and honing in on the fact that I absolutely love humans. Like, I love the way our brain works. I love the way that we lie to ourselves constantly. I love figuring out how to genuinely make people feel like themselves again. And that was my passion. Like, I love hanging out with people, I love being around people, I love traveling with people. And it was just finding that thing that I needed in my life,
Mhm.
that I thoroughly enjoy about the conversations that I have, about the podcasts that I listen to. And that's key. Everything that we do has to have a little bit of joy in it. And if it doesn't, it's just going to bring more negativity into it, including the laundry. Like, if you don't like doing the washing, find somebody that does, because I guarantee there are women out there that do love it. I know that there are so many women that love ironing. I know that there's so many women that love gardening. Like, there are things that you don't love doing, there is somebody out there that does. So utilizing that time for you and doing the things that you love will help you explore what your purpose is. And that would be my first step.
Awesome. Yeah, that is very important. I try to tell my clients that, like, are you sure that you want to do this like for the long haul? Because this is going to be a part of you now once you start doing it. So it needs to bring you fulfillment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what goals should we set while building our purpose or working towards establishing our purpose?
I would give yourself as much slack as possible, because in the beginning your brain is going to tell you this is ridiculous, this is a waste of time, you're tired, you're broke, there's no way you can do it. Your brain will go into overdrive for you to just stay seated and comfortable. However, your heart and your soul will want you to push on and want you to drive forward. So listening to your heart or your soul or your gut or whatever you want to call it, a hell of a lot more than your brain and your fears, will be the thing that gets you through. Understanding who you are, so working with yourself as well. So I, I don't know if you read like personal development books, but I do. And like every single one tells you to wake up at 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I like a nice morning routine, but I'm not going to get up at 5 o'clock. I tried it. It was a massive struggle. It was most definitely not for me. I'm 100% a night owl, and my creative side comes out so much easier in the nighttime than it does in the morning. So what am I going to do? Listen to the gurus or listen to my body? I'm
Yeah.
going to listen to my body because it makes my life easier. So giving yourself that space to explore you more will help you set your goals. So if my goal is to content write and send emails in one day, I know that I'm really good creative in the evening. So I'll leave that till the evenings and do all of the businessy admin things during the day. The goals that you set always have to be geared towards actually what you want to achieve for that quarter or that month or that year. And that's tough, right? Like really big goals are really tough to achieve. So setting yourself teeny tiny goals. So I have set days where I do things. So on Mondays, I will focus on my blog. On Tuesdays, I will focus on being on all the socials. On Wednesdays, I'll focus on something else and something else and something else. And I really set up my week in order to be able to tick off everything that I actually need to do. But I'm really conscious and aware of the thing that I need. Like I'm purposefully thinking of my blog on Monday and nothing else. I'm purposely thinking of the socials on Tuesday and nothing else. And that will help you achieve little by little, because nobody leaps from 1 to 100 in a day. There's no way.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Definitely I think I need to take that, like prioritize. I mean, I'm pretty organized, but now since I'm starting to get more volume coming in
Yeah.
to the business, I think I need to stick to doing certain things on certain days. I was actually talking to one of my friends about it. I was like, yeah, I think I might need to stick to just doing these things on certain days and see how that works because I'm starting to get busier. So it's definitely very well, I mean, very important for us to
Oh,
do those things.
yeah, I highly recommend doing it because it really like it gives your brain that space as well. So when you focus on one thing, your brain automatically switches. So like I don't even need to write it on my to-do list. I know that Mondays are for blogs. Like you get into that habit and you grow in that manner, and it becomes easier. Like you really get into the flow of your business, which makes it easier for you in the long run as well. So I highly recommend that.
Awesome. So how does the self-love and the self-confidence play into the role of our purpose?
Twofold. When you first start thinking about what you want to do, there are so many stories that we already created, that we learned from when we were kids, or that we learned from when we were students, that we learn as an adult, that we hold ourselves up against. And the way that you find out the stories that you're telling yourself is to really look at your decisions, the way that you make decisions. So I always like to give the example of, like, if you're going out, you've got an event. I know we're in COVID, no one's going anywhere, but imagine that you're going out and you have nothing to wear. You absolutely hate your wardrobe. There's no way you want to wear anything that you've got. So you go on ASOS and you look for an outfit and your budget's like 50, but you end up spending 80, and you don't even think about it. You're like, nope, that's fine. I need it for this weekend. It's an in emergency kind of purchase. But there's a new gym in town and it opens up, and you know that you want to work out, you know you want to keep fit, you know that you want to be part of the community as well, and you find out the monthly payments and it's 50 quid, and your brain is like, hell no, why would we do that? Why would we pay that much money for a gym? And it's because you're not putting enough worth on your future. You're completely self-sabotaging your future by immediate gratification. You're looking for the easy wins. You're looking for the easy yeses. And that's not what our long-term goals are for. That's not what our life is driven by. It's driven by the long-term goals and the things that you want to achieve in your whole lifetime, not just today. So if you're switching to figuring out what your purpose is, think about your long-term goals and the way that you think that you can achieve them. If you're already saying to yourself, no, that's not possible, then it's definitely your self-worth and your self-confidence that you need to work on. If you're saying that you would never be able to achieve that, but it's okay for somebody else to achieve it, then that's your inner critic, that's your limiting beliefs that are coming into play. So really figuring out the reactions that you have to trying to achieve your purpose and your goals in life is where you need to start. You need to start figuring out the stories that you're telling yourself, or the voices that are going on in your mind first, before you can move from anything. And that's the mindset part. That's the mindset part, like turning those voices into your cheerleaders, into your like boss babe mindset situation. That's where the mindset work happens. It's turning those voices into something that will help you in the long run, as opposed to looking for the quick wins.
Awesome.
Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you so much for that. It makes a lot of sense. Definitely, I guess we need to do like the inner working within ourselves because we can self-sabotage. I'm not really noticing and that we're doing it. So with me now, I'm trying to every time I hear a negative thought, I feed it back in my mind with a positive one. So just so I can alter that self that try to help myself love and my self-confidence increase more and have a um more power over the negativity that's going on in my mind. So yeah.
Absolutely. And or like if you are doing that, I highly recommend doing it more than once. So
Mhm.
you say to yourself 3 times if you for every once, and then also doing it in the mirror. Because mirror work is, I know it's a little bit woo woo, but it's super powerful. You seeing eye to eye how much better that you are than your negative thoughts. And you'll remember that. You'll much easily remember your sight as opposed to what you've heard.
Mhm.
Because you can lie to yourself as much as you like, but you can't, it's really difficult to lie to face.
Mhm.
So it helps so much more to do it in the mirror.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Arisha, for being on the show today and sharing us these lovely tips. So I'm going to share the social media handles for you, and you can tell our listeners how they can get in contact with you.
That's me.
So tell our listeners how they can get in contact with you if they would like to.
So I am the Coachable You everywhere, on Facebook, on Instagram. My email is arishaboyranji@thecoachableyou.com, and my website is www.thecoachableyou.com, where you can contact me about anything.
Awesome. And if you want to get in contact with me, feel free to do so. My number is 910-317-0396. You can shoot me an email at contact@mjfinancial.biz. You can send me a email. Like I said, you can schedule a consultation at www.mjfinancial.biz. You can find this episode on Anchor, you guys, and you can also find the playback for this video on the YouTube channel for MJ Financial Management. So thank you once again, Miss Arisha, for being on the show. I highly appreciate you today.
Thank you for having me.
And all right, you guys, we will see you on the next episode of Tips with T.